Morning, all. All right, so we're going to preview the final games of the 2024 calendar year. Tonight, December 30th, we've got 3 games. And tomorrow, it's a full day of hockey. There's 13 games, and we will discuss that when we get there. So, today we have 3 games. They're all relatively early. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. We have the New York Rangers in Florida against the Panthers. The Rangers are 16, 18, and 1 on the season. They're 2 and 8 in their last 10. They need some more wins. On the Florida side, they are 22, 13, and 2. They're 6 and 4 in their last 10. Definitely been a bit of a rough patch for Florida recently. On October 24th, Florida won this matchup 3-1. These teams meet again on April the 14th. Artemi Panarin, 16 goals, 22 assists for 38 points. Adam Fox, 1 goal, 26 assists for 27 points. So Fox might be due for another goal, and if the Rangers are really going to turn this around, they're going to need Panarin to lead them out of it. On the Florida side, Tkachuk, 13 goals, 22 assists, 35 points, has been quite productive when in the lineup. And I say that because he has missed some time this year. He is above a point per game with those 35 points. Mikkola, 4 goals, 10 assists for 14 points for him. Productive on the blue line. Former New York Ranger. Maybe he gets a goal there. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific start between Nashville and Winnipeg. These teams met November 23rd, and Nashville won that matchup 4-1. These teams meet again January 7th and February the 27th. On the Nashville side, they're 11, 18, and 7 overall. They're 4, 5, and 1 in their last 10. And I'll mention it again. They have a good record against good teams. Winnipeg 26, 10, and 1 overall. They're 7, 2, and 1 in their last 10. On the Nashville side, Marchessault 13 goals, 13 assists for 26 points. And Yossi 7 goals, 17 assists for 24 points. On the Winnipeg side, Scheifele 22 goals, 22 assists for 44 points. Morrissey 3 goals, 31 assists for 34 points. Morrissey is quietly having an excellent season. We'll see if it adds up to any kind of Norris consideration at the end of the year, but he's having a very good year. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between Utah and Seattle. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again March 14th and April the 8th. Technically, this is the Team 32 and Team 33 kind of, sort of, in that Utah's considered an expansion franchise, so they're the newest franchise against the other newest franchise, depending on how you view it. On the Utah side, they're 16, 13, and 6 overall. They're 6, 2, and 2 in their last 10. Seattle 16, 19, and 2. They're 3, 6, and 1 in their last 10. On the Utah side, Clayton Keller, 13 goals, 23 assists, 36 points. Sergachev, 8 goals, 19 assists, 27 points. Very Jekyll and Hyde offense for the Utah Hockey Club, and we'll see which one shows up tonight. The one that can score 4 or 5 goals a game, or the one that really struggles to score at all. On the Seattle side, it's a similar story. They're coming off that, big comeback win against Vancouver. Beniers, 5 goals, 14 assists, 19 points. He finally got a goal the other night, so we'll see if he can get things rolling. Montour, 8 goals, 13 assists for 21 points. And moving into Tuesday's games, New Year's Eve, and it's got the Winter Classic kind of sandwiched in the middle, but the Winter Classic doesn't really get its own time altogether. That being said, it only overlaps with one game technically, so we'll see what the ratings look like. So starting at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, the Boston Bruins in Washington against the Capitals. December 23rd, Boston won this matchup 4-1. These teams meet a third and final time on April the 1st. The Boston Bruins 20, 14, and 4 overall. They're 6, 3, and 1 in their last 10. The Washington Capitals 24, 10, and 2. They're 6 and 4 in their last 10. On the Boston side, Charlie Coyle, 10 goals, 3 assists, 13 points. So now he's on pace for a little over 20 goals. McAvoy, 5 goals, 11 assists, 16 points. On the Washington side, it is the Alex Ovechkin show, isn't it? In 20 games played this year, 17 goals, 10 assists for 27 points. And Chychrun, 10 goals, 14 assists, 24 points on the blue line. 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific. So this is a half an hour after that one gets started. We have the Islanders and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Islanders are 14, 16, and 7 on the season. They're 5 and 5 in their last 10. The Toronto Maple Leafs 22, 13, and 2. They are 6 and 4 in their last 10. On December 21st, the Islanders won this matchup 6-3. These teams meet a third and final time on January the 2nd. So they're really not going to like each other by January the 2nd. On the Islanders side, Anders Lee having a very good season, 16 goals, 14 assists for 30 points. Pulock, a goal and 11 assists for him on the blue line for 12 points. On the Toronto side, Mitch Marner, 13 goals, 37 assists, 50 points. has had a remarkable run this year. Riley, 4 goals, 14 assists, 18 points on the blue line. 3 Eastern, noon Pacific start between the Montreal Canadiens and the Vegas Golden Knights. And I'm going to say this now. I would love to say, I'm going to do a review for the 4 early games, and I'll try before these all get started, but we'll see how everything goes. So, Montreal 16, 17, and 3 on the season, 6 and 4 in their last 10. Vegas 25, 8 and 3, and they're 9 and 1 in their last 10. On November 23rd, Vegas went into Montreal and won 6-2. Caulfield 18 goals, 15 assists for 33 points. He's been remarkable. Could very well reach that 40 goal mark this year for the first time in his career. And Carrier has been a revelation in Montreal. 1 goal, 10 assists, 11 points for Alex Carrier. Olofsson, 16 games played with Vegas this year, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points for him. Definitely another one of those reclamation projects that's worked thus far for Vegas. And Shea Theodore, 4 goals, 26 assists, 30 points. We talk about defensemen that are under the radar when it comes to Norris consideration. Shea Theodore is one of those defensemen. 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. It is the Winter Classic. It is St. Louis and Chicago. So this is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again February the 8th and March 22nd. St. Louis 17, 17, and 4 on the season. They are 4, 4, and 2 in their last 10. For Chicago, 12, 23, and 2 overall. They're 4 and 6 in their last 10. On the St. Louis side, Kyrou, 15 goals, 16 assists for 31 points. Parayko, 6 goals, 15 assists for 21 points. On the Chicago side, Hall, 7 goals, 12 assists for 19 points. And Vlasic, 2 goals, 14 assists for 16 points. And of course, every time that somebody sees Vlasic, they realize this is a really good young defenseman Chicago's got, and they've got him at a bargain rate for quite some time. And with the Winter Classic, a lot more eyeballs are going to get to see these players, and so we'll see what the ratings look like when everything's said and done. Then we get into the ridiculousness of the evening games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games starting at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. 7. And then an hour later, there are 2 more. So that's 9 games that'll be on at the same time. After it's crazy to me. And I understand they want to get everything done before midnight, obviously, and they want to make sure everything's done relatively early because you have, New Year's celebrations and all that. But yeah, it's a lot to follow. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between Pittsburgh and Detroit. The Penguins are 17, 16, and 5 on the season. They're 6, 3, and 1 in their last 10. The Detroit Red Wings 14, 18, and 4 overall, 4 and 6 in their last 10. On October 10th, Pittsburgh wins this matchup 6-3. November 13th, Detroit beat Pittsburgh in overtime 3-2. Brian Rust, 15 goals, 12 assists, 27 points. Might be the hottest member of the team right now. Karlsson, 3 goals, 22 assists, 25 points for Erik Karlsson. On the Detroit side, Larkin, 12 goals, 16 assists, 28 points. It's been a while since he had a goal. He's due. And Moritz Seider, 4 goals, 16 assists, 20 points for Seider. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between Carolina and Columbus. These teams met November 23rd. It was a 5-4 shootout victory for Columbus. They met again December 15th, a 4-1 win for Carolina. These teams meet again for a final time on January 23rd. Carolina 22, 13, and 1 overall. They're 5 and 5 in their last 10. Columbus 15, 16, and 6 overall. They're 3, 4, and 3 in their last 10. On the Carolina side, Roslovic, 16 goals, 8 assists, 24 points. We'll see what he does against his former team. Orlov, 4 goals, 13 assists, 17 points. Very good season for Orlov thus far. Monahan, 13 goals, 20 assists, 33 points with Columbus. And Werenski, remarkable season for Werenski so far, 11 goals, 28 assists for 39 points. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between Buffalo and Dallas won't take them lightly because Buffalo's already beaten them once this year. A 4-2 win in Buffalo on October 22nd. The Sabres are 14, 19, and 4. They're 3, 6, and 1 in their last 10, but those 3 wins are their 3 most recent games. Dallas 21, 13, and 1. Very inconsistent from game to game or period to period, really. 5, 4, and 1 over their last 10 are the Dallas Stars. On the Buffalo side, Thompson, 18 goals, 11 assists, 29 points. The guy's a machine when he's rolling. Dahlin, 6 goals, 20 assists, 26 points. When he's been in the lineup, he's been very productive. On the Dallas side, Robertson, 8 goals, 17 assists, 25 points. I've mentioned this a few times this year. It feels like maybe now we're going to see him go on a bit of a run. Heiskanen, 4 goals, 13 assists, 17 points. He had a couple of helpers in that win against Chicago last night. We'll see if it continues. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between Nashville and the Minnesota Wild. So Nashville, Gave Minnesota all they could handle in the first matchup on November 30th, but it was a 3-2 win for Minnesota. These teams meet again January the 18th. Nashville 11-18-7 overall. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10. They'll be coming out of Winnipeg, going into Minnesota. This is not easy. Minnesota's 22-11-4 overall. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games. Definitely something been off with Minnesota, and losing Kaprizov hasn't helped either. Nashville, Stamkos, 11 goals, 11 assists for 22 points. Shea, 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points for Brady Shea. So, Marchessault, Stamkos, and Shea all on the board there. On the Minnesota side, Rossi, 12 goals, 17 assists, 29 points for Marco Rossi. And Spurgeon on the blue line, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points thus far this season. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between Winnipeg and Colorado. So Winnipeg goes from hosting Nashville to being in Denver. On November 7th, Winnipeg wins this matchup 1-0. These teams meet again January 11th and January 22nd. So they're going to get to know each other over the next few weeks. Winnipeg 26-10-1 as mentioned over here. 7-2-1 in their last 10. Colorado 22-15 overall. They're 8-2 in their last 10. And so Winnipeg has to bring their best to Denver. Connor, 22 goals, 27 assists, 49 points for Kyle Connor. Pionk, 5 goals, 21 assists, 26 points for him. On the Colorado side, McKinnon, the first player to 60 points this year. 14 goals, 46 assists for 60 points. And Makar, 11 goals, 34 assists, 45 points for Kale. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start as well between New Jersey and Anaheim. These teams met in New Jersey. It was a 6-2 win for the Devils. New Jersey, 24-12-3 overall, 6-3-1 in their last 10. Anaheim, 14-17-4 overall. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10. Jack Hughes, 15 goals, 31 assists, 46 points. This could be the year where he gets to 100. Luke Hughes, 3 goals, 14 assists, 17 points. Luke Hughes getting better game by game. On the Anaheim side, Troy Terry, 10 goals, 17 assists, 27 points. The first Anaheim player to double digits in goals. And Lacombe, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points. I like Lacombe. I think he's a good young defenseman there. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start as well between Philadelphia and San Jose. On November 11th, Philadelphia won this matchup in a shootout by a score of 4-3. Philadelphia 16-17-4 on the season. They're 4-6 in their last 10. San Jose 11-22-6 overall. They're 1-8-1 in their last 10. Michkov 12 goals, 17 assists, 29 points. Sanheim 6 goals, 15 assists for 21 points. Toffoli 14 goals, 11 assists for 25 points on the San Jose side. And Wallman's had a very good season from an offensive perspective. 5 goals, 20 assists, 25 points. And in the plus-minus category, he's also a plus. So Wallman having a good time in San Jose. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start between Vancouver and Calgary. We'll see how this one turns out. October 9th, Calgary beat Vancouver at home 6-5 in overtime, which was foreshadowing how the season would go for Vancouver at home. And as rough of a coughed-up loss as that was for Vancouver, in that they had the lead and then they just lost it, the game against Seattle was so much more embarrassing. Then November 12th, Vancouver won 3-1. These teams meet again on March the 12th. Vancouver 17-10-8 on the season. They are 3-3-4 in their last 10. So they've only lost 3 in regulation in their last 10, but they've only won 3 of their last 10 as well. So glass half full, glass half empty. The Calgary Flames 17-12-7 record for them. 4-3-3 in their last 10 games. On the Vancouver side, Jake DeBrusk has been excellent. 16 goals, 11 assists for 27 points. And Brandstrom might be the top guy on the blue line now because Quinn Hughes is out and Hronek's out and Hughes is going to be out for a while. So 3 goals, 4 assists for Brandstrom. Come on, Eric Brandstrom. On the Calgary side, Kadri, 13 goals, 12 assists for 25 points. Weegar, 4 goals, 15 assists, 19 points. Weegar's been very good. It is funny, too, because I know there's going to be a lot of people dumping on, Vancouver's not good enough, so we knew they weren't good enough. But they're down their top 2 defensemen. I don't know how many teams could lose their top 2 defensemen and stay near or at the top of the league. So it makes things very difficult. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start between Utah and Edmonton. This is the second of 3 meetings on November 29th. Edmonton won this matchup in overtime, 4-3. These teams meet again on March the 18th. Utah 16, 13, and 6, as I mentioned over here. 6, 2, and 2 in their last 10. So they go from Seattle to Edmonton. That is not an easy trip. Edmonton 21, 12, and 3 on the season. 7, 2, and 1 in their last 10. Coming off of an embarrassing loss against Anaheim. So they'll probably bring their best against Utah, I would think. On the Utah side of things, Logan Cooley, 8 goals, 23 assists for 31 points. Kesselring, 4 goals, 11 assists for 15 points. On the Edmonton side, Draisaitl, 26 goals, 29 assists for 55 points. Pretty good totals for Draisaitl, I would say. And Bouchard, 7 goals, 20 assists, 27 points. I remember when Bouchard was off to a slow start. Yeah, that's forgotten now. Bouchard's been very productive recently. So let me know your winners in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support, as always. I will talk to you again soon.